channel update number 12 of For G&B Walkthrough. I'm Deshwan, and here we are doing another channel update. And it's only been a single channel update since, well, this. Hurricane Matthew was the last one a year ago, and now another hurricane is getting in my way of progress with these videos. And while getting in the way of everyone's lives here in Florida. Because I'll be going offline after this video, I'll be going offline after this video, starting Saturday. I'm going to be uploading Battlefield 1 today, Friday, the 8th of September, 2017. Hold on. There goes better. Alright, so I'll be uploading a, because actually I'm recording the video show and I have OBS open with my Logitech webcam, because it's the only thing it works on, and might as well do this way, might as well try doing a webcam in the video. It works. By the way, I have the webcam attached to my keyboard on my lap. Alright, as you can see. Upper wing. Computer. Basically testing for just having it done this way. Having done this way and, you know, just maybe less stream in the future, well. But anyway, so yes. I'll upload Battlefield 1 today. I have a couple. Actually, I can just show you. Why not? My computer's being slow. I have 2 hours Battlefield 1. I'll try to upload that today. Then on Saturday, I'll upload. Look at PC videos. Ignore all this. Oh, I need to delete that. I'll be uploading Wall of Tanks, and I'll be uploading most of Gundam online. Saturday, hopefully, if everything goes well. It should go well because the storm should not be hitting us. As you can see, it's so clear, and it's barely going in the tropics. That's Hurricane Irene right there, which is a Category 5, and is a gigantic storm, which I can show you like this. This is what it was like before it this was what it was like when it was going over Puerto Rico. And basically what Hurricane Irene did, as you can see, it basically went moseyed its way across the Caribbean, hitting a bunch of islands, including both of the Virginia Island chains, Puerto Rico, a tiny bit of Haiti, bit of Cuba, Bahamas, Antigua, and now it's moving on to Florida, hitting itself on the Cuban Islands, or Cuban Island. And also has a friend called Jose, and also has another friend called Katarina, but we don't care about her. She's all the way in the middle. She's already in the middle, or she's in the middle of a gigantic crater caused by a gigantic space rock that took out the dinosaurs, and I don't think she's actually doing anything because of the blow front. But let's bring you back up. Okay, shoot you actually down as we can. Look at that. Okay, but and Jose's, as you can see, will most likely go to, well, so after taking out more of the islands which Hurricane Irene took out, it will just go into the Atlantic somewhere and just dissipate. Whereas Hurricane Irene did something special. It remained Category 5 all the way from this point, going across a whole bunch of islands, skirting between the Bahamas and the sort of Caribbean, and then going between Haiti, Puerto Rico, I forget what country that is, and then past Cuba. Now it's going to go to Florida. Now, however, it was Category 5 to begin with. Now it's a Category 4 by going Florida, which is good. The past for Hurricane Irene was interesting because it could have veered into the Atlantic any time. It could have hugged the coast of Florida and then hit North Carolina, or hit South Carolina and Georgia. It could have went to, even at the very beginning, a week ago, it could have went to Texas actually, or hug the west coast of Florida going to Alabama and Louisiana. Hence why I didn't really evacuate, because I didn't know where it was going. We'll get to what I'm doing in a second, but nope, just got updated. But now it's here, and it's going to probably, if the European model is believed, it's probably going to go through the, well, all the models say, because there are 20 models in the American modeling system, which gets updated every 4 hours, whereas the European models, there's like 60 of them, they get updated twice a day. And the American model mainly had it going somewhere in the Atlantic, whereas the European model kept it around here, maybe moving on there, maybe moving into Florida, maybe going to the Atlantic sometimes, but basically the forecasting changed, I want to say, almost every day. And Hurricane Irene, well, now it's somewhere. Oh, well, now it's somewhere either here's the European models, either in the Everglades, which that's the ones there, other than people living around the Everglades, which would flood the Everglades, or it will hit Miami and cities along the southeastern part of Florida, which would be very, very bad. And that's where the American model takes it. And then after that, it'll go up the spine of Florida, which that's where I live. How unfortunately, by the time it gets to me, sorry, it's been a long day. However, when it gets to me, which is around here, it'll be fortunately category 1, so it shouldn't be too bad. Mainly because it went over land. It could have went around. It could have hugged the coast, jittering energy, much like Hurricane Harvey, which basically just stayed over here and just hit Houston over again. However, it was not category 5. However, it was not category 5, and it's special. However, Hurricane Irene is a category 5, and like I said, it was that big a couple days ago. Now it is much bigger, much better formed, and it is known as a saw disc. It is known as a saw disc hurricane, which basically means it's complete cloud. There is no bits of cloud there's no part of it other than the edges in which it is not solid cloud. And even Ida Hurricane, which you can't really see in this photo, is mostly cloud on the very bottom, because that's how ice work. So yeah, and as you can see, Hurricane Irene is as big as Florida is, but much wider. It actually is around the size of Texas, which is not good. Not good at all. Which means it's going to cover the entirety of Florida, move up, and cover mostly Georgia, and cover Alabama. So if we would have evacuated, which we don't actually need to, we would have to go somewhere to Louisiana or further to get out of the way of the hurricane. So yeah, or we could just go north, go to North Georgia, or even Tennessee. I almost said Tallahassee. That's Tallahassee. This is Tennessee. But since it's going to be only category 1 and it's not going to be direct hit, it should be fine. So yeah. Alright, anything else I need to say? Oh yes, I need to show more pictures of Hurricane Irene. Again, this is from a couple days ago. If we go back, that's actually taken by a hurricane hunter, which I'm actually interested in being. It's actually not that hard to be a hurricane hunter. Well, not that hard. Basically, you join up with the Air Force Reserves and just say, I want to be a hurricane hunter, and they make you and they send you to the Air Force Academy, make you a hurricane hunter. More or less, or at least that's what their website says. But anyway, so that's the inside of Hurricane Irene. As you can see, it's huge. It's about 70 miles? No, yes, 70 miles. And it's, as you can see, solid cloud layer. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh wait a second, is that an iceberg? Ice sheet? Like you would find in the Antarctic? No, it is not. It really isn't. And as you can see down here, even makes it even more confusing. But that's what you may find on the next to an ice sheet. But no, that's cloud. That's lots of cloud on the bottom. And then this is what it looks like from space. As you can see, it's solid. From there, International Space Station is a more confusing image. It should be rotated, but oh well. And that's even better image. So yeah. So now, how does it affect my channel in particular? Well, Hurricane Irene won't hit Florida. It won't hit Florida till like. Actually, I should click on this. Hurricane warning. They're 9th. Oh yes, they're 9th. That's tomorrow. As you can see, it won't hit till tomorrow. It will be off the coast tomorrow, and then I would be impacting. I don't want to click on that. That will be impacting September 10th, which I know it by because everyone's been using the date. Everyone's been using the days of the week. So yeah, it would start impacting Florida around Saturday. For us, it's going to be tropical storm force winds, or tropical. It's going to be like a fringe of a tropical storm, and then Sunday is when it's going to be really affecting us. Even since I'm on the other end of the state, and Florida is not a small state. It's as long as Georgia is, and I guess it's near as long as Texas is. It's just really, really thin because it's mostly water. So yeah, and I would be offline because Hurricane Irene won't. If the forecast is to be believed, which is why I waited this long to make a video, is because I wanted to get the actual update before I go offline. But it will be to us September 11th, which is Monday. And it'll be past us the same day, more or less, and that's when the forecast really ends. So yeah, and then the storm could go anywhere, but the storm will be less than a category 1. It'd be a storm category 1 when it hits us or gets next to us. Be a storm category 1 to category 2, but is degrading. So we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, so I'll be off. Wrong button. Always press that. Okay, so I'll be offline. I don't know, because there will be widespread power outages with all these power in all of Jacksonville and the county I'm in. I'm physically located in the southwest of Jacksonville. Which, don't worry, I'm not in the flood zone. My parents, in fact, they live in Jack's Beach, which I'll show you on the map. They live in Jack's Beach, which is right here. I live around here. Next, just down the road, road is such interesting term. Down highway, interstate, more highway, from Naval Air Station Jacksonville. And unfortunately, we're actually on we're on the hill, which is in more or less an island of flood zones. So we'll see what happens. The floods will go by quickly. And my parents are in evacuation E. And they only declare evacuations for Jack's Beach itself, which is actually past the coastal. It's a barrier island. And also, B, my parents and my normal house is on flood zone E. So we're good. So basically, we just got to work with the winds, and it should be not too bad because again, it should be the same strength as Matthew, if not weaker. So yeah, all right. So back to the calendar. So basically, the storm will be over Tuesday. Whether or not we have power or not Tuesday is up to the local power company. They've been pretty good at restoring power to the county, or at least to us, on power outages, as in within an hour or two, or hours, within the night, usually. And Hurricane Matthew was restored in 48 hours or less. So, it's a pretty big storm. I would say earliest would be the 13th. Or actually, Tuesday would be the best earliest. And if I have power before then, it's up to me whether or not I take the time for a little vacation and just reorganize, uh, or just go ahead and record. If I still have power, which is a possibility, but a low one. So what I'm going to be doing, it's earliest is Tuesday. Late, I could be offline for the entirety of the week till next Monday. I could be offline the rest of the month, but that's unlikely, I would think. But there are places in Florida that are going to be offline for months, including Puerto Rico too, but that's not part of Florida. But it's the U.S. territory. But it's special because it's an island. So yeah, well, I'll be offline starting Saturday. After this video goes up, no more videos until two conditions, which you'll see on the channel. Either I'll make another either make another channel update telling you I'm okay, or B, I start uploading videos again, or B, I start uploading videos again, because I might not feel well enough to do a video like this, or want to get back to recording usually. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Alright, so yeah, that'll be it for this video. Which by the way, I've been watching CNN and actually Channel 4, which was the site which I used in this video. Channel 4 is my local network, my local news network, which is, I believe it's attached to public. I believe it's attached to public. I believe it's attached to public broadcasting, PBS. I think. I'm not quite sure though. We also have a Fox CBS one too, but Channel 4 News Jax is not one of them. But it's by far my favorite. I mean, CBS. I don't think CBS. I mean, if I remember which one I'm thinking about, I think CBS is not too bad either. But I do prefer Channel 4. I always have. And also I prefer CNN, of course, but you already knew that. And I just been watching back and forth when CNN, basically when CNN had weather, I would watch that. Then when they go to do usual CNN things, I would watch Channel 4 and go back and forth. So yeah, in which CNN and Channel 4 have been covering this pretty well as it can be helped. Alright, by the way, so yeah, that'll be it for this channel update, which I haven't been recording the time. I wanted to record the time, but I kind of forgot in my angst to record, so we'll see how long this video is. It doesn't matter, it needs to be this length, I need to say what I need to say in this video, so yeah, so now you know what's going on with the channel from September 9th to whenever I get power back and get ready to record and basically regroup. So yeah, well, so yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and well, this be it for me for the little bit now. So alright. Not uploading videos for, putting a hole in videos is always tough. I mean, I don't take many vacations, and I don't take many vacations, so I'm constantly uploading videos, which it's a modern thing. I know a lot of YouTubers nowadays do it, but still, yeah. I mean, I still like to have a video like this, a last video on my channel, so you know that where I've been, because there's a lot of channels out there that don't upload a video like this, and some that even don't tweet. So yeah. Alright, well, that will be it for this video, and I'll see you on the other side, I suppose. And which, by the way, I should also mention that if you're under mandatory evacuation, do evacuate, please. at least to a local shelter, if not evacuate somewhere upstate. The time for evacuation is ending. Actually, it has ended by the time this video goes up. But it's ending now, as you can see it. 2:15 p.m. and it's ending, and yeah, and for all of you that are worrying about loved ones in Florida or about me, um, don't be. We're Floridians. We can handle this. We survived worse. People survive worse. People survive storms like this on this land of Florida ever since people started selling Florida back in who knows how long. Back in prehistoric times, which are the ancient times where people crossed the land bridge and came all the way down to Florida, which they must have realized, wait, there's no more bridge here, or there's no more land here. I guess we might as well sail here. And of course, people in the Keys have always survived storms, even before Florida, even before people were living in the South. People were living in the Keys, and before Central and South Florida was really settled in the 1960s when air conditioners were invented. People have been surviving in Florida for all that long, so it's in our blood. I wouldn't worry because we're prepared. And for all you Floridians that think they are overconfident and didn't prepare, you probably should prepare. And if you're in a mandatory evacuation zone and you're a bit overconfident, I would say be more prepared. Because there's overconfidence and there's being confident. I'm confident. I did the research. I did the research. I watched the storm, and I know that I'm safe. Or else I would have evacuated. So yeah. So yeah, a bit for this video. Thanks for watching. And for everyone else and for everyone that will that may be in a storm like this, or is going to be in this storm in Georgia, Alabama, I would say be prepared. Don't panic. Panicking is the worst thing you can do, and just be ready, because it's going to come, and being panicked won't help. All right, so yep, and there's nothing to be scared of. It's a storm. It's a very big storm. It's a very big storm that wiped out islands, but if you're prepared, and if you don't be in the storm, even if you can't be in the storm, if you don't want to be in the storm, don't be in the storm. Evacuate. No one's saying that you have to be on a mandatory evacuation to evacuate, including the Floridian governor, Governor Scott. He said that if you don't want if you want to evacuate, you don't have to be under mandatory evacuation. You can voluntarily evacuate. Sure, you should have been evacuated a long time ago, but by the time this video is up, but still, yeah. Alright, by the way, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you in a skin.